What's up? I'm HUGZ HottSamn. Welcome to HUGZ. Today we're getting into Death Note episode 20. We're on the downhill slide now. We're past the halfway point. Things are getting crazy. You know what? I've talked about this before. Early on in Death Note, I wasn't the biggest fan. Okay?
Yeah.
I felt like it was kind of slow. I was like, it's interesting, but like from a reaction aspect to when we watch videos, I feel like it's kind of boring for y'all. I enjoyed the show for the story, but it's not like Attack on Titan.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not like Full Metal where there's stuff happening, there's all this emotion, there's all this action. Death Note's like a very cerebral thing, and it's very well written. It's a very interesting story. I love the way the characters are. I love like the philosophical, the deep questions about would you do the things that Kira/Light does? How would you tackle that? But right around when Misa, or a little before Misa getting introduced, that part of the story, it is just ramped up. And now I feel like I'm on the edge of my seat when we watch it. I feel like I need to see the next episode.
Like the earlier episodes, because like when we edit for YouTube, it's like, it was really easy. Because it's like, you know, there's like a lot of like filler stuff that we can cut out basically. Yeah. But, like, I'm in charge of editing the Death Notes, and they have become one of the harder things to edit because there's just so much, and our reactions are so good to it now.
That's how I base how good a show is how hard it is to edit. Because, you know, as we go through, and it seems like that's a common thing. Once a series finds its stride, or once you really get invested in it, it gets way harder to edit. Because there's just so much stuff you want to leave in. Yeah. Which is a great stuff if you're watching on Patreon. You get it early and possibly get full reactions, whatever. You get all that stuff. Yeah. So it's really cool. But what's happening right now in the story is Matsuda finally did something. He messed up, but he did something. Right. He found out that I always want to call it the Tamagotchi, but I forget, Yatsuba, is that what it is? Yeah. The Yatsuba Corporation. They are looking at them as if one of them is Kira, or they're working with Kira. As we see it, Rem was working with them, setting that up, but it's weird because I don't know how Elle looks at it, like, as who is Kira, or how they do that, because it's like by a council. Right. You know what I mean? And we haven't really seen or heard what his opinion on the overall way that works, the scheme for the corporation is, whereas he's kind of taken his vision off of Elle, or off of Light, at least from storyline perspective, he hasn't mentioned it much in the last few episodes, but they're still handcuffed together. Yeah. And, like, also, the thing we left off in episode 19 was Elle was like, where is that eighth person? Yeah, because he didn't want to be a part of it anymore, and until they messed up. That was cold. Yeah. That was like, cold. You will not be here tomorrow, basically. Well, the best part about it is he tried to, like, backtrack after the fact. He's like, oh, well, I'll see it through. And, like, no one had nothing to do with it. They were just talking like he was already gone. I'm like, damn, dude, like, you messed up. Like, it's over. That has to be so scary, too, like, knowing, like, you know? That's so crazy. I was trying to think. It's like one of those situations where, like, you get in trouble with your parents or, like, your friend or something, and then, like, you try to get back with them, like, for a hot second. You're like, yeah, okay, well, whatever, you too. And then you're like, hey, so are we still hanging out tomorrow? You know what I mean? Like that type of thing. Yeah. And it was like funny, but also really sad because he was the only one to actually show some humanity and say, like, I can't do this anymore. You know what I mean? Right. Whereas, interestingly, looking at the way Light views Kira now that he doesn't have the memories of Kira, versus the corporation, which you would think is very money-oriented, they're very cutthroat, they're very not careless, they're very emotionless. Yeah. And just trying to get what they want. Oh, snap. I just got a gift. Shout out to Shiku Ahmad, who sent me Human Fall Flat. Oh, nice. In Steam. I just got me a new game. What up? What up? We'll be streaming soon, too. As soon as we hit our next Patreon goal, we're almost there. Once we hit our 2,000 goal, we're going to be doing weekly Sunday live streams will be gaming and stuff like that.
Along with upgrading your computer.
Well, I need to upgrade to my computer now. But anyway, seeing Light's perspective of, you know, how he visioned, or what his vision of what Kira is, and that he couldn't possibly do the things that he did do, is very interesting. That's one of the coolest things of the show right now for me, is seeing what he thinks about himself. Right. Because, of course, we have that outsider view of like, well, you did, bro. This was you. You know, it is him.
Yeah, like you're literally looking for you, but you don't even know it.
Exactly. And just, it's not even just you're looking for you. It's like he thinks that this person is this terrible, horrible person, like that he could never do those terrible things. And it's like, it makes me think about me as a person. What do I think I would never do or never be able to do that I could if I had the power? Right. Or have I changed it all now from who I used to be?
Because of society. That's what I said in the last video. Like, you know, I think society has a lot to do with, you know, how you feel about certain things or how you feel like you would act in certain situations. And I feel like because now people know about Kira, people know he's a terrible person. It's society thinks it's, you know, that what he's doing is really, really wrong. So they're...
That's my other question. How many people really do?
Well, because even Masuda said, like, you know, I've thought about it. Like, these people... Yeah, these people are like... They did bad things. The crime rate has dropped, you know.
I would be very interested. I don't think they've mentioned it at all, but I wonder if, like, you know, in our society here, especially in America with our 24-hour news cycle of all the news channels, of like Pew polls, you know, or something like, how many people actually would be pro Kira? Because I feel like there would be a segment of the world that would be.
I feel like there would be too, because, you know, like, there's people out there that think that, you know, if someone commits a crime that, you know, like they deserve to die kind of thing, you know. The only thing that I think Elle did that, you know, those people wouldn't agree with is he's killed innocent people. So that's what kind of sets him apart, you know, from that.
But, and this is like a morality question, if you are killing an innocent person to save people or to keep yourself able to punish other people, at what level of collateral damage is okay? One person? No people at all? Like, if I have to kill one innocent person
to save myself so I can keep killing criminals,
so I can save the world in my eyes, you know what I mean? At what level is that okay?
Yeah.
I feel like we're having a really good conversation. We're like 8 minutes into this. We will get to the video.
Right, yeah.
But it's like, this is what I'm talking about. I know there'll be comments
below, like, video starts here.
But this is what I'm talking about. The show's getting so good. The show's getting so interesting that we have these questions now. We have this commentary now. And it's unique because Light has a totally different point of view than he did. Right. That's why it's made me feel some type of way about the whole story now. Also, like, I'm missing Ryuk.
Yeah, I know. I miss him. And
I miss the apples. Nobody ever noticed
that I have an apple.
Sam took a
foam apple.
A foam apple.
That was green.
Bit it.
I bit it.
Very
a lot of small little tiny foam balls. I do not recommend biting an apple. I want to put that out there.
Oh, I do recommend biting an apple.
Like,
but not a foam apple. I do recommend biting an apple.
Seriously, but not a foam apple. Almost died. But anyway.
Let's get into the video. All right, thank you. If you've stayed this long, subscribe, comments. Let's see what's going on. Oh, snap.
New intro?
I was like, what? Holy crap. I know. What just happened? You may have seen part of this before. I have not seen any of this. That's like a
So there's these videos
dream.
that Dashi has, one of our mods had me watch. It's Otaku Lyrics. And they basically like
show me one with Attack on Titan before.
They take this had this in it, this exact ending, and the white people, and then of course the part where you're like, this sounds like it's saying things that you know.
Man, like that got my heart, like not in a good way. That's like
I've heard that before though.
I don't even know how to feel about that. Like, it's really intense. The art was really cool, and the music is good. Like, it gives you, like, this visceral response, but...
Well, also now having this perspective of, like, oh, this comes from this show, it, like...
Man.
They comparing it to the first opening, like... That's crazy.
That's like, I feel like I'm being shaken like the whole time like it's going on. Like, you're about to watch death now.
And it sounds like it's like screaming, white people!
Going from the intro that they did have, which was like one of my favorite intro songs of any series we've seen, to just the tonal shift makes me think the series is about to get like...
Well, yeah, they're shooting guns and stuff.
Crazy.
Like, just, like, there's a whole shift in the whole show.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
and this episode's called Makeshift. It has the word shift in it.
All right. All right, take a breath.
Supposed to be 8 of them, but only 7 are present. That must mean that
they probably killed one of their members.
Or they killed them, yeah.
In order to further the growth of the HUGZ group and best serve its financial interests, who should we kill next?
You see? It's just like I told you last week.
This is not good.
Come on, look at this. He hasn't found out anything important about L, like his name or his face. Is this Coil guy seriously going to be of any use to us?
Hold on a second. There is something very interesting in the last part of this report. Coil's warning us that we can't afford to take L's existence too lightly. In particular, it says, the concentration of killings that are beneficial to HUGZ will likely be noticed by L
if they continue on Fridays and Saturdays.
At any rate, I personally think we should stop killing every weekend.
This is unbelievable. It's like they're trying to confess to everything.
Well, it's because they're so confident that they can just say whatever, you know?
This is not good.
Kira hasn't been flexible up till now, has he? It would be nice if he could spread out his killings over the whole week.
The fact that Coil noticed what we've been up to makes it too dangerous to continue killing at our usual pace.
Deaths by accident, by disease, designated times of death. It's all just as we suspected. We were right.
No, unfortunately, we can only be completely sure after those people they've named are dead. We will continue to monitor these meetings and take note of what they say, how they act, and most importantly, whether the people they choose actually die. If we can confirm the connection between their plans and the deaths, then we'll definitely be able to catch Kira.
I can't carry on knowing these people will die. That's just immoral.
Right.
But how can they stop it?
I know you're planning to catch Kira by letting these guys actually carry out these murders, but we can't let that happen.
That's right. It's obvious that these 7 men are behind the killings.
I'm thinking there could be more than one Kira among them. A probability of 2 in 7 at most.
If we're prepared to let them know that the investigation is catching up to them, let's place our bets on these odds. Ryuzaki, I'm going to pose as L. Judging from their conversation so far, the one least likely to be Kira, but with the most influence is... Namikawa.
If you're going to make a call, please use this phone.
Is this Reiji Namikawa, head of the HUGZ group's marketing
Why would you
department?
answer in the middle of a meeting like this,
Yes.
you know?
And who is this?
Listen carefully, but don't draw
I don't know what
attention
it
to
said
yourself.
on the thing, though.
I am L.
I love that
I'm putting
shot.
cameras and wiretaps throughout that meeting room. Even as I speak, I'm recording footage of your entire meeting.
He's been watching
I
everything.
love that purple.
If you are not Kira, or if you are not someone who can contact Kira directly...
Let's make a deal.
A deal?
I need you to delay the deaths of ELS President and Mr. Sensei by 1 month. I doubt it will be difficult for someone of your standing to accomplish that.
Yes, I see.
That's a pretty intense delay, 1 month.
My only option is to join L. No, I'll be dead if Kira manages to find out. What should I
That's
do?
what I'm thinking is like, he's
You
taking
tell
the
the
biggest
others about
risk,
this
though.
call.
Yeah.
We'll give Coil 1 month to reveal L's identity. If he still hasn't uncovered the information we need, then we can go ahead and kill the targets randomly. Then we'll give him another month to investigate and repeat the process. Once we get rid of L permanently, we can go back to killing
gonna go
2
for
or
it?
3 people a week. In other words, our top priority should be the elimination of L.
You really are quite amazing, Light. Not only did you manage to delay the killings, but you also set up Namikawa as a potential mole for us. Sounded exactly like the sort of thing I would do, and you thought of it quicker than I did.
Wow.
At this rate, if I end up dying somehow, it's quite possible that you would be capable of succeeding me.
What? Why are you being so morbid?
You were the one who first noticed the connection between Yotsuba and Kira. You actually might be more capable than I am. I honestly believe you could take this on. Tell me, if I should die,
that's such a crazy twist.
Would you take over for me as L?
I wonder, I mean, it's kind of a dumb question probably, but I wonder if anybody had been L before him.
What are you talking about? As long as we're joined by these, we would die together anyway.
I don't know.
Because he asked Light to take his place if he died.
Ryuzaki,
did he take someone else's place?
I'm sorry.
Probably not.
I have to tell everyone what you're really thinking right now. Thinks that I would have planned to have it returned to me once I'm safe from suspicion.
Which is what I planned.
In other words, I wasn't being controlled at all. He thinks it was a plan to pass on the power and arrange for it to come back to me once I've been cleared.
Impressive. You figured out exactly what I've been thinking all this time.
Ryuzaki's theory is that once I steal L's title, I will become Kira again.
Wow.
Correct.
Do you think that I'm actually capable of becoming a murderer, Kira? Even after I help you catch him? Do I seem like that kind of person to you?
That's awesome.
Yes, you do.
Oh!
I've always thought so.
I've always thought so. Oh my gosh!
Damn!
Not again.
Ryuzaki. Dude is like, I'm not ready for this.
We have plenty of footage from this meeting. Can't we use that as evidence against those 7 men and prevent the murders of other criminals? Hold on. At the same time, we can't say that he's definitely not among the 7. That means there's a chance the killings will stop if we take this opportunity to arrest them.
I think Dad's right. There is a chance. We have to act on it.
Excuse me, but I think from now on I should go after Kira by myself.
Huh?
You can use these headquarters as you wish. I'll also be here, but we will be working independently.
By any means necessary.
How's the cup not ever flowing with all that?
This case will never be solved unless we capture Kira himself. Don't get me wrong, I wouldn't say that preventing more deaths is pointless. But if we don't uncover the entire truth once and for all, Kira will only appear again and the number of victims will continue to increase. That's why I believe it's more important to find out who Kira really is. So, Amane, tell me, do you love Light from the bottom of your heart?
Huh? Yeah. Of course I do.
But you also worship Kira, don't you?
Well, yeah.
So then, if you had to choose between Light and Kira, who would you pick?
What? That's obvious. Of course it's gonna be Light. I'm really grateful to Kira and want to meet him someday in person, but that's not true love. I definitely choose Light.
I see.
She's adorable, but she's not a murderous, crazy person.
Yeah.
She was still adorable then.
Yeah, of course I would. I'd do anything I could to help Light.
Wait, hold on a second. Where are you going with this?
I'm planning to have Iber pose as Geraldo Coil again. He'll tell the Yotsuba members that while he was investigating L, he discovered that Misa Amane might know who he is. He'll also tell them that L brought her in for questioning on suspicion that she was the second Kira. Thanks to Matsuda's screw-up, they may already be considering Misa as their new spokesperson.
Didn't they gonna kill Misa, aren't they?
Yeah, right.
We can't
lets that happen, then Ren would.
This plan is too risky. Who knows what could happen to you?
Come for Light, you know?
Does that mean you're worried about me? Yay!
If he does manage to kill Elle, he won't have any use for Misa. He'd kill her to keep her silent.
I don't like the sound of that.
Light. You forget that if we win against Kira, Misa won't die. Besides, as long as we're handcuffed together, you and I share the same fate.
Also, if they take Misa and then they try to kill Misa,
if that happens,
Ren
Misa
would
is the
kill
one who would grieve most
the
of all.
Yotsuba person
Either
and
we lose
probably
and
die.
both die together, or we. Misa is indisputably the most perfect and worthy woman for life.
Yay! You're such a sweetie. Thank you, Ryuzaki.
I could actually fall for you.
Let's not go that far. But you could maybe be a friend of mine. Would that be okay? Let's all be friends together.
Oh my god.
And of course, I would never think of betraying any of my friends. With our powers combined, we'll arrest Kira.
Our powers combined.
Unfortunately, Light's taking a different investigative approach from us and will be working with his father and the others. I'm afraid it will just be you and I.
But please let me do this. I want to be useful to you somehow. If I can be useful, then maybe you'll love me even more. And besides, I would gladly die if it were for you, Light.
Figuring out the logistics of arresting 7 people is going to be challenging. I don't suppose you two have any ideas. Mogi? Matsuda?
Dang.
Alright.
So, like, I wonder if Rim's, like, around watching.
Rim has to be. They said that they have to be with the Death Note, right?
Where's the Death Note?
Whoever is the Kira of that Yotsuba group.
Oh, I mean, like, around, like, in her room, like, watching them have that conversation.
I don't think she can be. I think she's with whoever has that Death Note.
Word.
But if they bring Misa in and they decide to kill Misa,
Rem will be there.
Is Rem going to take the route of jealous?
And kill them all.
And kill them to save her. I just feel like that's kind of what it's leading up to.
I just feel like out of everyone too, like they know Misa's name and face.
Exactly.
Because she's like a celebrity.
And Matsuda. Yeah,
Matsuda.
Because if they come
but
for her,
they think
probably...
that he's dead.
Yeah, that's true. She kind of didn't care that he died. Like, you would think...
Well, she knew.
I'm saying from the businessman's perspective.
You would think the way she was super calm.
Yeah, you would think like if her manager just died, who was trying to secure her this gig that they're there for.
Yeah, I was thinking that too. She's like, it's okay, you can go. We're taking care of this, you know. She was really calm about it.
I don't know. All right, let us know what you thought in the comments down below. We talked enough in the beginning of this video. I'm not going to talk for another 20 minutes at the end. New intro messed me up. Love the way that they're setting this up. I love L's confession that he still believes that Light could be Kira. So much cool stuff happening. Like it if you did. Sub if you don't already. Shout out to our patrons watching the full and early reactions up on Patreon. Thank you all for supporting us. You do not know how much it means. It means the world to us. We love you guys. We'll be back soon. Bye. Bye.